Good morning, everybody. This morning I'm going to be working on the porch, finishing a project with putting up these, you see these sort of privacy fake ivy screens. I'm going to finish putting them up on around our front fence. And obviously clean up the porch as I'm doing it. So, we'll do that today. I have another video that I did try to post of doing that, and I don't know. I've been having difficulties uploading my content lately. Not that I can really say I've got much in the way of content. It's just me doing yard work. How's that content? Okay. Let's start on this side over here. Getting stuff all over myself, as is the case when you do yard work. you guys might be wondering about the angle. Well, it's because I've got a great big pile of boxes in the driveway that I need to do something about, and I don't want you guys to see it. Scissors on all of these ends. Gosh, I hope that wasn't my mom calling me. Okay. Let's go check. Let's go check. It might have been. It might have been. It's always a good idea to check on the old ladies. Okay. Where did I put my there's my scissors. Okay. Well, it turns out she was not calling me. She's in the bathroom. So she might be calling me later. to reattach it, I guess. And some of you guys might wonder why I'm wearing what I'm wearing. It's just a slip, you know. When I go to mass, I'm not trying to get fresh with anybody, so I don't need the sun to make my clothes see-through, so I wear a slip, you know. Because I think men would have a lot less difficulty with women if women were not dressing in ways of enticement at church. Not to say that women are necessarily doing it on purpose, because, I mean, look at our society, you know? Just take Erica Kirk's word for it, sex sells. Is this a good time to plug my new mug? I got it in the mail last week. Make sure my count's off before I start taking it apart. That section. Okay. This section right here is number 4. You guys might see there's these like tabs or whatever that link them together. I cannot seem to get them to reattach, so I think that that's probably a common problem, which is why they give people zip ties to tie the fence, or not the fence, but the panels together. coverage than what I had hoped to get out of this. That's unfortunate. I might need to order another box. Maybe? I don't know. Okay. Okay, I moved just a little bit closer. So, there we go. I think I'm gonna need probably just a tiny bit more than what that one panel will do. Okay. Knocking things over. What is it? Oh no. Okay. You know, some of you guys might have realized, given that I have talked about the fact that I am mowing at my local parish, that I am Catholic now. The crucifix I'm wearing should be a pretty strong indicator that I am Catholic. Catholics are Christians too. Contrary to what some evangelicals believe, they might only believe it because they don't actually understand the church. Seems like a good idea. Anyways, back to what I'm saying about being Catholic. Okay? A lot of people consider it a place that has no understanding or tolerance. But that is simply not the case. You know, is it more loving to tell someone that you believe some of the things that they have been doing could condemn them to eternal torment, or give them the opportunity, believing that they might be acting in certain ways in ignorance, to change, to instead come to God, come to Jesus, because Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. He is the only path. So, is it more loving or less loving to just not be a witness? There's someone that I saw at my parish on Sunday at Mass that is presenting himself in a way in which he is not. And anybody that has eyes to see and knows what to look for could see it. Most people don't know what to look for. And I tell you, if he had left the sanctuary at the time in which I was ready to go myself, I would have waited and I would have talked to him, because he's at the church, so he clearly knows that he needs some help. Okay. Where did I put that? Aha. Scissors. Where did I put you? Scissors. Let's pause since I gotta locate the scissors. Okay. Somebody is smoking weed at the park right across the street. Which if people want to do that, I guess they can. But and it would be hypocritical for me to say that I have never done it myself. However, and this might be aging me a bit, I have not smoked marijuana since I was 18 years old. Thing is okay. So I have not smoked it since I was 18 years old. And so it's been about 30 years. That's right. I'm in my 40s. Yep. So, in any case, yeah, that's good. Used to laugh it a gateway drug because I'm in California. I'm a Californian, born and raised. And people smoke weed here. You know, it's something that people do. I used to not see any harm in it. But everybody can admit when they're wrong, right? We can all admit when we've been wrong, I hope. And I was wrong. I was wrong. There is harm in it. You know, there is. I don't think anymore that the police and the various don't do drugs slogan people were lying when they said it's a gateway drug. You know? Because really, how many people do you know that the very first drug that they ever did was marijuana? If it's not a gateway drug, why is it the first drug for so many people? You know? Okay, this thing is clearly not meant for me and my fat butt to sit on it. Which is why I am continuing to sit on it. Like an idiot. To do to make sure that these are all reinforced is do the corners of each panel, but I'm not going to do that with you guys today. I think in theory they've given me enough of the green zip ties to do that. Maybe in theory. Because each thing came with 2 packets of these, so in theory that's enough. Okay. Well, I'm going to turn this thing around, as you can see, because of the way that it's oriented, facing so that it opens that way. It clearly did used to be against the side of the house, but I had to move it out away from the house because my cat just kept clawing at the screen as a way to bang against the screen, and she was basically destroying my screen. So in the interest of not having to get a new one so soon. Gosh, I've got a bunch of stuff in the way of me doing this. can be really freaking annoying, to be honest. You know? They can be really, really annoying. I mean, you've got to clean up after their mess when they do it inside. Not that you don't have to do the same thing with dogs. You do. All of your animals, you do have to clean up after them. But it seems like dogs know that the poop belongs outside. And I get it. We train our cats to go inside so that they can be indoor only cats, because the world is big and everything wants to abuse the cat, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's what the impression is. Okay, where did I put? Where did I put the bag of black zip ties that I was using? I don't, aha! Okay. Now, some of you guys might wonder why I'm doing this, why I'm putting up this great big curtain or whatever. Well, you know, I might have mentioned that I take care of my mom. Nobody else wants to. And my mom has severe mobility issues. So, in the interest of her still being able to have a shower, we do that outside on the porch. But this little pop-up tent that I got just does not work. We have to do that outside because while my mom wants a walk-in bathtub, it's really not a good idea. Scissors. I need my heavy-duty scissors for these heavy-duty zip ties. I'll be right back. Okay, well, no heavy-duty scissors, but pruners. Way to go. These were all facing the same direction, but for some reason I didn't install them that way on the gate. of you guys have ever had the experience of random people that you don't know coming up and picking the fruit off of your tree, like our fig tree out front, without saying anything first, just assuming that you don't ever eat off of your own tree? Why would you water it if you didn't eat off of it? You'd just let it die, right? Okay, yeah. My math was right. Yeah. Gosh. I was thinking for a little while that my math was wrong. I'm gonna have to prune the bougainvillea before I put this stuff up around it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure my math was right. Maybe a little generous, maybe. But given that I had no idea if this stuff would be particularly sturdy, it seemed like a good idea to err on the side of caution in how much I would need to get. I'm glad that I'm gonna have enough to do the whole front here. Although I'm not gonna do it all right now because it's getting to be around the time of the day where I need to consider needing to get ready for sleeping. Supposedly, leaving these panels in the sun makes the leaves just fluff right up. I don't know if that's true or not. Yes, I stuck a box in the doghouse temporarily. The dog can take it. Take it out in a few minutes. It's just temporary. Ow. But to what I was talking about earlier at my church at Mass on Sunday, I observed a man wearing women's clothes, and from the smell, it was very clear that the person was post-op. And all you can do is pray for someone that has that many demons. I hope that he gets better. I hope that going to church at a TLM Catholic parish will help him to exorcise the demons that caused him to mutilate himself. If it was you, you're in my prayers. And where did I put? Aha! seems like the ones in this box are more, I don't know, broken or something? I wonder if the tabs have broken, I think. And I don't know. So far as what I was talking about, some people might say, how could you say something like that? You're just a fat, old, ugly bigot. Shut up, hag. To them I say, I'm on a makeup fast. I've been on a makeup fast because I don't want to sin anymore. And pride is a sin. Pride is the biggest sin because it is literally what caused the fall. So, you know, I have issues with pride, so maybe I shouldn't change my appearance so that I don't know, am perceived better to other people when literally the most important perception is how God sees me. And God sees me as something really freaking ugly no matter how much makeup I wear. Because guess what? We have all sinned. We all fall short of the glory of God. And if my sending some religious lectures through my yard work content every once in a while offends some of you guys, maybe you shouldn't have been using my yard work videos to jerk off. And no, I am not going to be taking requests on what I wear or some crap like that. You know? I mean, what the heck, people? I'm just trying to do my yard, and there's reasons why I need to record it that don't have anything at all to do with wanting to have a YouTube following. What the heck would I even care about having a YouTube following for, you know? I mean, if you look at what happened with Luke from the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel, having a YouTube following is actually not that great. That poor guy had so many people stealing his content all the time to make money off of it. And I say poor when he probably made millions off of those videos. But look at what he had to do. Look at what he did do making those videos, you know? He braved the Alaskan wilderness in the winter, you know? He deserved all of the acclaim that he got. And you know what? He didn't give up his relationship with God to do it. Of course, he's not Catholic, which is a problem for him. Everybody should be Catholic. Because it is the true church. Regardless of what we might have going on with our leadership right now, it is the true church. It is the church that Jesus established. Not the protesters, who some people might call Protestants. I opened another one. Where did I put it down at? Oh my gosh, I do this all the freaking time. I swear half of my video is just looking for stuff that I set down and just am blind when I need it again. Let's put that right there so it's going to not be hiding, maybe? So you know what? If any of you have any problem with any Catholic priest, you know what you should be doing? You should be praying for them. There. No, I'm going to put it down so that it can do its whole fluffing up thing. And then I'll hang it up tomorrow. Gosh, I don't know if it'll get enough sun in the yard here. Hopefully it will. If I pruned the grape, it probably would. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it like that and call it a day. If I offended any of you guys today, it was not in my intention to do so, but I'm not going to apologize because I did not say anything that was not also true. So, have a good day. Good luck with your projects.